welcome back to GP's Odds and Ends. Jessica here. Thank you so much for joining me today. And as I said in a previous video, I know my upload schedule, I guess, is a little bit all over the place right now. An update, I will be doing my most recent Etsy payout today, so we will get to that shortly. I have the money and the info here that will go into my little budget binder. This is from Janelle Ray Budgets, so that we will get to shortly. But I want to give you an update on my mom, and also, speaking of my Etsy shop, I did create that packet of challenges. So you are going to get the Eye Care Savings Challenge. Now, this is already in my shop. This is under featured listings and in the new section. My Etsy shop link is down below. If you click on that link to go to my shop, it also saves me on some of the transaction fees that Etsy charges. And this one is a little bit more. I believe I set the price on this one to $3.99, so that'll be about 66 cents per savings challenge, and actually less than that, because you will get a bonus challenge that's not currently in my shop when you order this as well. But I'm not gonna show that one. That one will be like a surprise bonus challenge for you as well. But the main challenges that you are going to get are going to be all related to medical type things you would want to save for, I suppose. So you will get the eye care savings. So this is also a separate challenge. So if you wanted to get just this one, you could. The other ones are all only going to be as part of this this pack. So we have the eye care savings. We have medical savings, and I did designate all of them so you could set your own amount for this symbol. So if you know that you have something you need to save for coming up, you can, divide that by how many symbols there are, and then, that's your total that you'll get by the end. Or if you just want to set a specific amount, something to that effect, then you can do that as well. But the other thing with this as well, any profit that I make on this specific challenge pack, if you decide to, purchase it from my shop, any profit specifically from this challenge, I'm going to put into my mom's household envelope. So I don't bring this binder out often, but it has like my annual, I do have a household envelope in here. So any money that goes into this household envelope is money that I give to my mom. So I usually budget about $50 per paycheck and give her like $100 a month. I usually end up giving her more than that. I'll put more in that envelope. But again, any profit that comes from this specific challenge will go into her envelope. So I do have it set as $3.99, which is a little bit more than the other digital challenges, but you are getting more challenges in this particular pack. And again, it would only be less than 66 cents per challenge with the bonus challenge that you'll be getting as well. We have dentals. We have all the little teethies that you can fill in. If you wanted to, you could probably also do almost any of these as like a roll and save if you wanted to as well. So this is very customizable. I mean, you could just roll a dice and put the number in each side of the eyeglasses, or in each symbol, if you wanted to do something like that and make it a little bit different as well. We have prescription savings. I really tried to think of everything. If there's something that you think that I missed, by all means, let me know. But we have the prescription savings. We have co-payment savings. So you could use this for deductible, co-payment, co-insurance, whatever type of out-of-pocket items you have to pay whenever you go to the doctor's offices and things like that. So like, for instance, right now, every time my mom goes to this eye doctor, the specialists that she's seeing, every single visit is a $45 copay. And she had a visit every day. The first week that it happened, every day except for Monday, because that's like before it initially started. She had a visit every single day the following week, and she's going to continue to have visits coming up. They are starting to taper off, and I'll talk about that after I go through these. Insurance savings, so if you need to pay any kind of premium or something bigger related to your insurance, you could kind of use this for whatever you need it for. And then, of course, the envelope that you can cut out. Usually I'll cut it out just along the rectangle or square kind of shape here, and just like fold that in half and kind of use that in the envelopes that come in the binders. But if you wanted to use this as its own envelope, you could do that as well. And then again, there will be a bonus savings challenge that you get with this medical pack that's not related to medical at all. It's a little bit more autumn themed, fall themed, but you'll get that as an additional like bonus or freebie, if you will, when you get this whole entire pack. So with the stuff that is going on, I'll just leave that over there as a little reminder, but let's pull this out. Let's count this money first. For September, I made $17. So I have 5, 10, 15, 16, 17 here. So let's get into this. But for the stuff going on with my mom, we had another hectic week this last week. She had an appointment every single day except for Thursday. Was her only day off besides the weekends. Of course, we don't have appointments on the weekends. But she had multiple visits. She had a visit with the regular eye specialist that she was seeing, another one with the retina specialist that she was seeing. And they are all saying that they're seeing improvement with the drops that she's taking on a daily basis. They did taper her down. One drop that they had told us to give hourly, they dropped it down to 6 times per day. So that was nice. And my mom is able to give herself the drops for a while. I had to give them to her, and that was when it was hourly. So that was quite hectic to do that every day for a few days. But she, the retina specialist said that she's also seeing improvement in her eye, and the inflammation has gone significantly down. She still has problems with her vision. Basically, she said that it looks like she's looking through fog or looking through like somebody's holding tissue paper against her eye, and that's how her vision is. So quite weird, but she said it is slowly getting better. Like when they do the vision tests at the eye doctor visit, she is able to see smaller and smaller lines like each time she goes. So it's a very slow process, but it is improving, which is awesome. She did also have a visit with her primary care doctor, her PCP, and they want her to go see a rheumatologist. So that's kind of the big problem at this point. Her vision, of course, because we all want her to be able to see clearly again, but also what's causing it. We don't know that yet. So it's probably going to be continued doctor's visits and things like that until they kind of figure things out. So her PCP wants her to go see a rheumatologist, so we're trying to get in with that doctor and trying to see if we can get her in sooner rather than later, because apparently that doctor's booked out until May of 2026, and we really don't want to have to wait that long. So we might have to call the primary doctor back and just say, hey, is there somebody else we could go see? Or I don't know, because it's we don't want to have to wait that long. We're trying to see if they can squeeze her in like on a cancellation or something. So that's going to be a little hectic. The retina specialist said that they don't need to see her for like another I think they said 3 weeks or so we don't have to go to that one again until October. We do have one visit so far for next week, which is with the primary eye specialist that she's been seeing. So hopefully those visits will taper down as well if they continue to see improvement. I think basically what they're trying to do at this point is not taper back on the medication too much, because they don't want her to have a flare-up where her vision becomes really bad and then they have to take more drastic measures to, you know, help or save her vision, or, you know, whatever's going on there. So it's still quite crazy at this moment, and of course she can't drive, so either me or my sister has to take her to each visit that she has. So that's why we've been trying to kind of taper them out so that we don't have to take off like too much time from work. Although my job has been very accommodating for this and has been willing to let me just, you know, like come in and work a few hours, leave for an hour or two, or, you know, whatever I need, and then make up that time during the week. So they have been very flexible with me, which I truly appreciate. But let's see, for September, I had a payout of $17. So 30% will go towards taxes. That'll be $5. 30% for supplies, so another $5 there. Equipment gets 10%, and that's $2. So I'll have a $5 like profit that goes into my own individual like little profit envelope or whatever, but in here. And I kind of will pull that out, like if I need to or want to do an order for some new challenges. I haven't really had like a whole lot of new challenges coming out recently, and that's just because I've got stock in challenges right now that I need to kind of move. So I mean, you know, it is what it is. This is not my full-time job, so I have a regular full-time job. This is just kind of a side hustle, so if this doesn't make a whole lot of money on a month-by-month basis, it's not really detrimental to my finances. This is just a little extra money that I get to play with from time to time. Typically with the taxes, if I don't end up owing anything, 5 is going into this. So if I don't end up owing anything when like federal taxes and state taxes come around in January, I'll probably take this money and maybe put it into creating some new challenges, but it's really gonna just depend. But in my tax envelope I now have 20, 40, 60, 75, 76, 7, 78. So not bad with that, but I like to put a little bit aside just in case I end up owing for taxes for whatever reason. I have that money available. I always forget to put money into the Canva envelope. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take that $5 profit that that is coming from here, and I'm going to put that in. So now the Canva envelope, because I do have to pay that yearly, is 20, 40, 55, 56, 57, 58. So I need to remember to put money into this more often so that I'm not like caught at the end of the year. I think it renews in December. Supplies is also getting 30%, so that's another 5. So I mean, I could also pull from supplies or from equipment if I needed to pay for that Canva, but that's a bridge we'll cross when we get there. So supplies now has 20, 35, 40, 41, 2, 3, and 4. And last but not least is equipment, and equipment is getting the remaining $2. And so equipment now has 20, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 35 in equipment. And actually, since this didn't take very long and the video is kind of short at this point, I think I'm going to go into my wallet because I have some singles and some change that has been accumulating from like going to the store and, you know, picking up some stuff for my mom, or, you know, groceries or things like that, because again, she hasn't been able to go out and do errands and things like that. So give me a moment. I'm going to put you on pause, so it'll be real quick for you, but I'm going to grab the money from my wallet to put it in here. Okay, so I have some singles in here. I'll check and make sure none of those are J-Bucks, but holy cow, look at all the actual like coin. This is wowzers crazy. It's been like a hot minute, but like I said, I've been out and about a little bit more and accumulating a little bit more change for, you know, some errands and things like that. So let's make sure there's no J-Bucks first. Nope, not a one, but that's 4 singles. I'm going to add this up in my calculator because it's just easier to kind of subtract the amounts from there. So let's see, I've got another $1.25. Let's see, it's another $1.25 there. And let's see, we have 10, that's 20, so that's 25 cents. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Another 19 cents. So a total of $6.44. So let's see what we can add to in here. June is finished. Let me grab a marker. Let's do this purple color. Okay, so I don't know if we'll be able to finish off July. Let me zoom you in a little here. So let's do $1.87, $1.88, and then we have $2.69. Let's see. I have $2.69 available, so that is that. Okay, so the amounts are bigger in the book now, so it's a little bit harder to do a lot of them all at once, but oh well. So we're going to put the singles in here. And let me grab my jar. It's getting a little heavy. But not even half full. There we go. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time. Bye.